Hey everyone, Carlos here, contractor with the Fort Eustis R2 Performance Center, part of the Army Resilience Directorate. During the COVID-19 pandemic, many of you may find yourselves working from home. And though teleworking may have its perks, adapting to your new office setting can be a challenge. As you know by now, there may be many distractors in your home office that don't typically exist in the office setting that you're used to. So let's say that it's Monday morning, for example, and you sit down to begin your telework for the week. At the same time, your kids are running around, your dog's barking, the TV's on, and your neighbors are playing loud music outside. You soon find yourself paying attention to all of the external distractors and becoming overwhelmed because you've made no progress on your work tasks. What do? How do you refocus your attention and get yourself back on track? If you don't have an answer to either of those questions, then you've chosen the right video to tune into, and I am happy to help. A strategy that can be used to focus your attention is called WIN, an acronym that stands for What's Important Now. Our attentional capacity is limited, and our brain works best when we give it a specific target to focus on. WIN is all about deliberately setting specific work task targets. For example, when I sit down at my kitchen table to start teleworking, if I were to simply tell myself to get to work, I may struggle because this is a vague target. After all, not all work is productive work. This is where the strategy of WIN comes into play. I know that I have a presentation due later in the week, so instead I set the specific work task target of develop an outline for my presentation. This specific target lets my brain know what it needs to focus on and work on today in order to be productive. After determining what's important now, it's also important that your attention remains task focused. By this I mean that you should be directing attentional effort towards only the factors that are associated with the task. Attending to anything else, like the external distractors I discussed earlier, can diminish optimal task execution. Now, even if you identify your target and focus your attention on the task, you're still going to get distracted at some point during your telework day. You're only human after all. So I'm going to leave you with a strategy that will help you in dealing with those distractions in the moment. This quick and simple strategy is called the AIR technique, and it can be used to refocus your attention. The first step is to be aware that you're distracted and aware of that your focus isn't where it needs to be. The second step is interrupt or take your mind off of the distraction. This can be a mental, visual, or physical interruption. For example, it can be something as simple as telling yourself to get back on track, or even getting up for a moment and stretching your legs and taking a quick walk to the other side of the room and back. The final step of this technique is to replace the distraction with a more productive thought so that you can get back on track. To replace the distraction, I want you to think about the specific work task target you set for yourself when you decided what's important now. I hope this quick video has provided you with the tools you need to combat some of the challenges that come along with teleworking. For more tips on how to stay resilient during this pandemic, be sure to check out Army Resilience Directorate on Facebook at U.S. Army Resilience Directorate and on Twitter at Army Resilience. See you next time and stay safe.